Motorsport plays a very important role in the development of cars for most manufacturers around the globe, and one of those involved in motorsport heavily since 2012 has been Hyundai Motorsport, who made an entry into the WRC and from there on, well, did tremendously well for a manufacturer that was new to this field. It also inspired them to draw up an entirely new line of cars under the N division. This is much like what BMW has with the M division, Mercedes has with the AMG line. It infused a lot of performance, dynamics into existing range of cars, both in the sedans, hatchbacks, and even in the SUVs categories that we've seen in recent times. Now, Hyundai India, of course, is stepping it up, and they have now introduced the N line, the i20 N line, which is a sub-brand of the N division right here in India. We're just getting a look at it today, and this is what it looks like. This is the first look of this car that's going to come down into the market. Prices will be announced on 2nd September, which is just a week or so away from today. What's interesting is that the N line is not just about cosmetic appeal. There's a lot more to this car than that. Some mechanical changes, some additions, slight minor tweaks over here. Now, let me just come back to the visual details. Of course, you see this grille out here. Now, that's one of the defining elements, and the lower spoiler down here, this lower air dam over here as well. These areas have largely been sculpted to give it a very distinguished look from the standard i20. Now, the i20 N line is based on the standard i20 hatchback, which Hyundai revealed or rather released in the market earlier this year. Now, this is the checkered flag logo. If you look closely at the details, you would see all the checkered flag elements in this grille right here. That's for the visual cues. You've got also that red strip running down on that lower splitter. Beyond that, you've got this new paint scheme. Now, this is what Hyundai calls Thunder Blue. It comes in a combination. There are 5 color options, but this one's called Thunder Blue, and it comes in a combination of a blacked out roof. So this two-tone gives it a little more dynamic appeal. Coming to the wheels, we've got 16-inch wheels with the completely new pattern and housing that N-line branding right there, just below the N-line badge on the fender. Now, I think Hyundai would have done better to go one size up to 17 inches. And what I can see right here is this car comes with Seat Secura drives, not exactly inspiring for a performance-oriented car in that sense. But let's move on. Hyundai could have done better with using some interesting tires. Now, again, you've got the side skirts, again with that red strip running down here. Cosmetic element does not do much in terms of dynamics, but yes, definitely looks interesting. Moving further behind, what you see is a roof-mounted spoiler. You've got this garnish element on the C-pillar as well. Nicely textured, gives it a very sporty, dynamic appearance. But if you move further behind onto the tailgate, what you'll notice is the N-line badging right at the back over there. You've got the lower splitter on the bumper, and you've got this twin exhaust tip muffler unit. Again, this end is not just cosmetic. There has been some amount of tweaking in that muffler done to add that sound level that you'd want in a dynamic and sporty car. But that's not all. Apparently, Hyundai has also worked on the suspension elements on all the 4 tires. There has been a little bit of tweaking done to enhance or make the car a little more dynamic, a little more firmer, a little more controlled. So you're not just adding stability, but also the dynamic element that you want when you're cornering hard, getting into the twisties. That performance element comes in through here as well. What's also interesting, and which I forgot to show you, is if you look closely right behind those wheels, you will notice those red calipers again. The mark of performance cars. Colored calipers, but there you have it. It's on the i20 N line as well. I think Hyundai would have done well to actually brand that or put some sort of a logo onto those calipers. But hey, not a bad job at all. So let me take you through what's changed on the inside, or at least what's added to the inside. First of all, you've got these seats, bucket seats with some nice bolstering on the sides. These could have been a little better bolstered for that matter, but Hyundai's idea is not just to make it hardcore performance at the end of the day. This is also an everyday usable car. So nice texture, nice pattern. The seat quality is really good in terms of feel. You've got this nice detailing with the N-line logo, the N logo right there on the seat backrest, and of course all of this red detailing, the red stitch. You've also got this fantastic steering wheel, perforated leather on the edges, on the arms, along with the N-line logo right here on the 3rd spoke, with all of those red stitch elements, and of course smaller details on the aircon vents, the red trim right here on the aircon vents and on some of the other buttons at this dial. Now, this is the 7-speed DCT that I'm sitting with. Now, keep in mind, Hyundai has not changed, or not rather tweaked any of the performance characteristics of this engine. This is the 1-liter turbo petrol engine, and this makes 120 PS of max power, which is not bad at all, though I would have liked to see a little more powerful motor in this car, but I guess that only comes along with the hardcore N cars. You get a tremendous performance bump up in those N cars. Nonetheless, you've got a fantastic looking steering knob right here. This is the automatic, and this change of course affects also the manual transmission. You get a nice chunky gear knob in the manual transmission version also. Again, lots of red stitch, the red implants in this gear shifter, and of course the N branding on the top of that gear knob. Also, there are other accents around this car. There is the mood lighting is all red in color, so you've got that mood lighting filling up the wheel wells, the charging pad, the cell phone, the wireless charging pad right here, and of course various other areas around the interiors of this car. So there you have it. Like I said earlier, 2nd September is when Hyundai is going to be revealing the prices of this car. I'm not expecting a tremendous bump, and I definitely believe Hyundai is making a best attempt to price this very close to the standard i20 in that sense. So yes, it definitely looks like a good proposition. Now all that's left is to drive this car, which also we'll be doing very, very soon.